the thumbnail. So yeah, the worst VSRG known to man. That's the title of the video, guys. I have no clue about the video. It was just recommended to me before when we did the finger exercise. And I thought like, well, I haven't watched it yet, so why aren't we gonna have a look at it? I could go into so much more, but it would be too long. Alright, well, let's see, shall we? Let's see, already watched this peak video. Alright. Really excited to see that one.
Well. Would you look at the time? Most of you who have watched even just one of my videos know I hate this game with a passion. Some people say it's justified, some say it's forced. I've always said that I hate this game, but only stated tiny bits of reasons of why I hate it. Because I was saving it all for this video, where I'll be listing
Is he really going to talk about Osu?
everything I hate about this game in one fell swoop, and explain to you why Osumania is the worst VSRG known to man.
He sure
Oh,
is.
that's a bit exaggerated, but it is the most disappointing, considering how big and popular it is. And before you make a comment shitting on me, hear me out first before doing so.
Okay, look. Before you're gonna watch the video, I'm already gonna say yeah, or agree with him. Can you do it louder? I can make it a bit louder, yes. I'm definitely gonna agree with him that Osumania is definitely not one of the top tier VSRGs out there. From a scale from like, A, B, C, D, E, or F rank, I would probably put it on a C or on a D tier compared to other VSRGs. So that's what I'm preemptively going to say. All right.
Make your opinion after watching the video. I'll also try to be as objective as possible, so I will not say
Is it good now with the volume, or even a bit louder? I think it should
like,
be good
the
now.
new laser UI is so bad, blah blah. And release timing. I don't think it's bad for the game. I actually think it's good since it gives long notes their entire difficulty. If that's gone, long notes are as good as gone. Whatever, let's get started.
That's kind of ironic. That's exactly what I said in the beginning of the stream. LNs are the only thing that Osu does better compared to other VSRGs. What? Disclaimer. Do not attack or shit on anyone playing Osumania just because you think it's the inferior game. I do think the game is shit, but I don't go out of my way to bully people for it. This is extremely toxic and disrespectful. Please don't do this. Well, guys, there you have it. I couldn't put it any better. Don't go out and hate on people just because they enjoy a game, right? We're all gamers. We all just want to have a fun time together. So, yeah, respect other gamers. And don't go out and shit on them.
Before we start going to why this game is so shit, we first have to address why it's so damn popular. 3 reasons: accessibility, migration, and community.
Does it mean with migration, migrating from other games to it? Probably.
First reason is pretty simple. Whenever you think of a keyboard VSRG, Osumania always comes to mind at first. The game is free, easy to set up. All that's because it's everyone's first VSRG, and you basically adapt to whatever the game throws at you. If a skin is too big, deal with it. You need a very specific scroll speed? Well, fuck you. And the most popular content is also from Osumania. Big name.
So basically the first point with accessibility also kind of has to do with its popularity, no? Whenever something is really easy to access, it will easily also get popular, I think.
Names like Jackass, Dresser, Miyuka, Saragi, those guys always come to mind. And for the second reason, which is migration, next to Mania we have Standard, the game mode everyone knows Osu for, which is 1,000 times bigger than Mania. And so here's the thing, anyone who tries Standard and doesn't like it, will probably take a look at the other game modes too, and most of the time, they choose Mania.
That is actually how I got into playing VSRGs as well. A friend of mine came and told me, let's play some Osu Standard. I was like, yeah, sure. Then I saw like, yeah, there's also the other mode called Mania, and then, well, that's how I ended up with the game. Migration from Stepmania 4 key and O2 Gem 7 key. No, I don't think that's the reason. Well, partially also, yeah, sure, but not entirely. I think people coming from Stepmania or O2 Gem probably stick rather with Eterna than Osu, but I don't know the exact numbers, so I don't know. Just gut feeling.
Because of that, Mania is the second most popular game mode. And even then, because of its popularity, most people from other popular games like Friday Night Funkin', Funky Friday, Robeat, whatever else, who are looking for a harder experience in 4K
yeah,
and
true.
perhaps 7.
Or they are looking for a game that has more aura farming and hype moments. Okay, fair enough. That is also a good point. Like, whenever you you see crazy scores and posts somewhere, it's most of the time not going to be from, I don't know, Stepmania, O2 Gem, Interlude, Eterna. It's going to be from Osu, right? I mean, the last crazy score that I have seen was probably some Dom Pass that we watched on stream, which has to do because I don't watch any other score posts other than when it's on stream, right? Nevertheless, I think most people, whenever they see a crazy score or probably a video, which most people also have seen already. What is this opening now? Crazy my channel. Osu Mania Galaxy Collapse School thingy. Yeah, that one. That one. I play Osumania on School Talent, yo. Like, it has 5.3 million views. And this is also Mania, right? Like, most of the crazy scores you will find are within, or done within Mania, which is a big reason also why it's probably so popular. Because, well, all the crazy scores are made on it. And whenever you see a crazy score, you're like, okay, I wanna become so good at the game as well. So, let's play it. And of course, there's also piano tiles. But most Mania players can't do this. Anyways, let's get back to the video.
7K look to Osumania because of its status. Now for the third reason, community. I will admit, the way this game makes you interact with the community is amazing. Basically, without even having to go outside of the game or to other social medias, like Discord, Twitter, and whatever else, you can interact with the community easily through its chat system. So this makes memories way more memorable because it happens directly in the game. And so
Dumbie mentioned. I'm not sure how it is for other VSRGs, so I don't know how it's compared to Eterna or Interlude. I didn't check out the social systems there.
It makes you more attached to the game, making quitting way more hard. Also COVID, when everyone was quarantined, pretty much every game got boost to their player counts. And not only did Osu get a boost, it got an indirect boost from Friday Night Funkin'.
Are there somewhere numbers like how crazy the boost actually was? Did they release player count or something? That would be really interesting to see how insane the growth, or how big the growth was during COVID times.
Because the FNF players who got bored of their game and wanted something way harder, always switched to Osumania. Now notice how I didn't even mention the game itself, because there's nothing good about it.
Except for the LNs, Synix, okay? Except for the LMs.
Let's talk about its problems now.
Engine.
The first problem is the engine. The engine is basically how the game processes the notes you hit. Each game has their own engine.
What games do you put there? Eterna, Interlude, Osu, and
their own engine. But the engine of Osu...
Also, did they ever rework the engine on Osu? You probably would touch on that,
Osumania
right?
is the shittiest out of all the popular keyboard games. Equivalent to the FNF engine. Alright, it's not that bad, but compared to engines like Eterna, this game allows too much mashing. Pretty much 90% of the popular big scores in this game would not be possible if it wasn't for this shit engine. Alright, where's my proof? How can I prove that the engine is dog shit? But of course, easily we have the scores themselves. Check their ratios. The game values combo
Yeah, fair enough.
way too much, and this makes it so as long as you hit the notes, your accuracy won't suffer as much. Every time I play this fuck-ass game, it just feels way too easy combo, and even when I lose combo, it does not punish me enough despite me mashing like 90% of the score. Now this is compared to an actual good engine.
The problem is I've played way too little other VSRGs that I could really tell. I mean, you guys know I try not to mash, right? Which is probably why I didn't suck all too bad back when we played Interlude last Wednesday on Judge 5. Judgment 5, yeah. Not Justice. Judgment 5. But, yeah, I think so.
The Eterna engine. If you're an Osu player going to Eterna, trust me, you will not be able to replicate your Osu scores on there. You'll at least be 2 or 3 rates below your Osu rate. And let's say you main Eterna for a while. And coming back to Osu, the Osu engine will feel very, very lenient. And for this reason, most scores under 97% on Osu are just mashed most of the time. Just blinded mashing and getting rewarded. Trust me, if the engine gets fixed, your Osumania gold will fall 3 rates behind your best.
But that makes me question that. Why don't they fix it? Yeah, O2 Champ PC, but it's very hard to get an account. Oh, wait, why is that? Why is that?
Alright, I'm gonna go off topic for a bit, but that's why tournaments have a very specific style of charting. Because if it was just normal jump stream, hand stream, jacks, whatever else maps, The players would just be mashing the shit out of everything, and that would not make for an interesting tournament. And there's
But why won't the devs fix it then if they know it? Like, come on.
also pausing, which basically just completely defeats the purpose of stamina. I've seen so many debates about whether pausing is cheating or not. The pausing is
It is cheating. It is cheating. So that we can settle this once and for all. There's no debate here. Pausing should not be allowed for ranked scores. Dot. You don't see pros pausing in tournaments, do you? I don't think so. Oh, 2chan private servers are all that's left because our 2chan regular servers have been down for almost 10 years now. Oh, okay. Okay. It is not it is cheating, Osato. It is. And the private servers are very hard to get invited to. Okay, I see.
is not cheating crowd always use the same excuse. Oh, it helps me save myself from injuries and calm my nerves. Dude, that means the map you are playing is not feasible for you. You cannot play that map. Go play something easier. And come back when you are better. It's just a skill issue. It's so annoying when people just debate this shit.
You hear Mosaito? Exactly what Synix said. Exactly what Synix said. Exactly what Synix said. I'm willing to put my life on the line for this. No, it is cheating. Pausing for ranked is not cheating. All the maps are so boring. I don't know. I don't play maps which are way too hard or out of my scope, so I don't know, but just go and play another game then. But still, for me personally, it is cheating. You really want to play Central Nucleus for 6 minutes? I don't know what this map is, but if it is too hard, then yeah, just as he said, play something easier. Just build up your stamina. It's not cheating, but it is. Imagine you need to pee. No way I'm gonna replay those 3 minutes from the map I just played. Yes, you do. Everyone just starts the map and plays the 6 or 7 minutes through it. If they have to pee, they can go before or afterwards. If that is your point. But it is not okay if you cheat unless you're pushing. Then it's not cheating. Yeah, well, I mean, if it's just for practice purposes, yeah, okay, but it shouldn't be a good thing for actual ranked purposes. Then it's not okay. I mean, yeah, if you just wanna, see how far you can get with pausing, then yeah, fair enough. But then it should be the same as as with Quaver. On Quaver, whenever you pause, your score is just not submitted. It's just not ranked. Simple as that. That is good. There's a lot of 8 to 20 minute maps, even the 40-minute ranked 4-key map. Yeah, then you just gotta play through the whole thing without pausing. If you pause, then what do you want to do? Pause it, go to McDonald's, take a break for 3 hours, and then play again, or what? That's not the point. So that's why I don't play Quaver. Pausing is not okay. So let's continue. Maps charts.
Alright, whatever. Let's get to the topic of charts. Let's get to the main problem. I made an entire video about this topic, so you can watch that instead. But I will shortly mention the points of that video and add a few more things to it. My points in that video is that ranked maps on Osu Mania are not that bad. It's just there isn't enough for everyone to play. And the other point was star rating and PP. We'll get to that later. It has its own section here. But for the not enough maps problem, I suggested we make the single map system that Osu has into a pack system, so that we have a lot of maps in one go. That way you don't have to download each map individually. And even then, like Osu's single map system makes
I can still not say if it's good or bad with packs because I simply never played a game where there are packs. I've never played Eterna. Well, I have played Eterna and I have also downloaded many packs there, but I never got to play it to an extent where it really mattered to me. And also over in the interlude, which we played last Wednesday, I've only played with the mainly played with the imported maps from Osu. Low-key, I've gone to McDonald's during a play. That is crazy, Asida. That is crazy. I can't find a comfortable spot for my right hand. Yeah, well, if you cannot find a comfortable spot for your right hand, then, well, simply just restart the map, see if you have a comfortable spot now. If you don't, then play it again. Or otherwise, well, just pause, find a new spot, and you think it's good, well, then restart the map. Plus, there's a warm-up for this. So, packs are boring? I don't know. I've never played with packs, as I said.
To that there's like 10 new ranked maps every day. It's not good, but the pack system would be like, in 1 second you will rank like 50 maps. Another point on that is the modding queue. I'm all for suggesting and improving maps, But the way Osu has done it has created a myth that any map that gets ranked is a 5-star meal, personally prepared by Chef Ramsay himself. And so when something gets ranked and it's not up to people's personal expectations, they hate it, because ranking maps on Osu takes so long. And let's say you are a mapper, you spend months polishing your map. Even after that, you have to have 2 beat map nominators that fuck with your map.
I'm not gonna say anything about mapping because I'm not a mapper myself.
Nominate.
And I don't care about ranked maps.
If no BN likes your map, well, tough luck, you can't rank your map.
Because no BNs are available, further hindering ranking maps.
These points are extremely oversimplified. Go watch this video for a longer, way better explanation.
Star rating and PP. Oh my.
Alright, next we have is the star rating and PP system.
Oh my.
Which just might be the worst way to represent someone's skill in a game like ever. Let's start with the star rating. It literally just is a density calculator. It does not care for shit about
density and LN calculator.
Patterns. Some simple 100 BPM jacks will be harder than an extremely tricky technical map. And it has been like this for years. They do roll out reworks, but what's the point?
What's the point in the rework if it is still worse than some games which just did it within like 1 or 2 years of development time?
If the system added its core is shit. If you don't fix the core, no matter how many tiny changes you make, it will be useless. It will literally do nothing. And the PP system is also very bad. Because it just...
By the way, do they change it in laser? Score V2 should be the laser kind of calculation, right? Do they intend on changing it somewhat similar to Eterna, where you actually, or I think an Interlude as well, where you have the maps actually divided into different skill sets and not just it's a map, but it's a core check, it's a stream, it's a hand stream, it's a jump stream map. Kind of divided into this stuff, or do they plan on just keep it the same way as in the legacy client?
Just rates you based on what the current meta maps are. Let me explain myself. This PP is just one number. It calculates your skill from every ranked map you play. And since Osu's star rating system is so shit, your PP just shows if you are good at certain patterns that the star rating system rates high. Currently the meta maps are just long nose, jump drill, and jacks. Your PP represents how good you are at...
I don't listen to what Synix thinks because he's a core check man, so his opinions are invalid to me. Is he actually a core check man? I don't even know.
And not only that, certain patterns in these patterns. Like long nose, there's a very specific style. If you just do that style, boom, you have fucking 1000 PP free. For jacks, it's just fucking quad double, quad double, quad double, quad double. It's just that. And fucking French core. That's why I think each skill set should have their own rating system.
Well, maybe not their own rating system, but how well maybe, I don't know. Because a pro player is just somebody who's good at, or I'm not sure if a pro player usually excels at one, or like is that just a good base set of every skill, like he's good at everything but something he really shines on, or if he's just very good at everything, right? But it probably would be better to have it in an internal way where you really have your score shown, or your skill, not your score but your skill shown within the different skill sets. Because I can personally feel that with certain skill sets I'm much better than with the others, and simply for also like for personal development, for pushing, for getting a somewhat of like a you know, I wanna have like an equal level on all the different skills, and it is hard if you don't have a nice representation of your skill, right? So it would also be nice to have some kind of something which shows you what is good and what's not good, right? Based on your skills. So something like this could happen. Peppy based Osumania off 2DX, so I think that's where the star rating came from. I'm not gonna lie, I have no clue how 2DX handled it, so I don't know. 2DX had a star rating, but it made sense. This one doesn't. No, 2DX had star rating too. Okay.
Downstream has to be jacked, whatever else should all be separate.
But also 2DX didn't have community maps, right? So 2DX also to a certain degree was I'm not sure how many maps there were in 2DX. I pretty much know nothing about 2DX, but I just know that it's a VSRG. But I think it didn't have community maps, and most of it was just maps which were made from the developers, and the developers probably knew kinda how they wanted to do the balancing, right? So you didn't have just the community throwing in maps, which made it a lot easier to handle the star rating. Which means that probably they should have done something else for Osumania. 2DX didn't have community maps, but they were made with love, not the sloppy crap we get in Mania. Yeah. Well, fair enough.
All of them should have their own PP.
I think this is the one from Eterna, right? This is the rating from Eterna. That is exactly what I meant. You see your skill set on all the different or you see a skill level on the different skill sets. Like that is cool. Now you can see, okay, I'm very good at stamina. I'm also good at streams. I suck at checks. Also a bit on core checks. I have to improve on those. Like something like this is cool. Something like this is good because then you exactly know what do I have to improve on. Where am I not as good, or am I really this good on one specific skill set, or is it not really the case? Or I think something like this just really helps with improving yourself, with improving. So yeah, I never
This way you
played
can get a way better
2DX,
representation of skill. Not only that,
I don't
this
know.
will push more mappers to map a lot more of each skill set. This is how Eternal does it. I know I glaze this game a lot, but it's just that good, I'm telling you. There are a lot of people who take star rating seriously. Like, why? It's so dog shit.
Do we really have people in the community who are taking star rating seriously at this point? I mean, I took it at least somewhat serious up until I started streaming and people really told me, no, it's absolute garbage, whereas then I realized, yeah, it's the case. So, only beginners, yeah, I think so. I think so too. I mean, I know, yeah, whenever I play a 6, 8, or 9 star map, chances are really, really high if it's not an LM map that I'm not going to pass it. Well, that I know, but still I know that also there are some 4 point something star maps which I cannot play, but there are some 8 star maps which I can play, so it's some kind of a reference, I guess, but not really. I look at the BPM, not the star rating. If the BPM is high, then I know it's hard. Yeah, I guess it's a bit of a better thing to look at than the star rating, probably.
It doesn't represent anything at all. Even fucking Dans are better than that. And people like focus on the high PP records. No way, 1,000, 100, 2,000, 2,000, 10,000, fucking whatever PP score instead of a good score. Like,
Yep.
fucking hell, dude. Whatever.
Fair enough. Mostly developer neglect. Also, it's funny that he didn't touch on dance, but it's probably better. Probably for the best. But I'm watching on the diff name. I can only hearts clearing. I wouldn't only check on the diff names. That they usually don't say a lot about the map. No way, Synix said dance were good. He didn't say they're good, but he said they're better.
Dans are better than that. Dog
Yeah.
shit, it doesn't represent anything at all. Even fucking Dans are better than that.
Dance are better. That doesn't mean that they are good.
And people like focus on the high PP records. No way, 1,000, 100, 2,000, 2,000, 10,000, fucking whatever PP score
Who knew I the 7-star LM from before? You definitely lost in that one.
instead of
Yeah,
a good score.
I didn't
Like,
say I'd pass all the
fucking hell,
7-star
dude.
LM maps.
Whatever.
Alright, OC Def neglect.
Let's talk about how the Osu developers neglect Mania and even the Taiko and CBT modes. I'm telling you, pretty much none of these modes get barely as much attention compared to standard. If you guys watch any of the Osu devlog videos, you would know that
Is this? Oh, this is laser, okay. I was kind of confused why it looks so smooth, but well, just because it's laser.
they basically only care about standard, and they add a couple of things to the other free modes. Now you might start excusing them saying, oh, they have so much to do, they can't give each mode the attention it needs. First of all, if that's the case, then why did they add these modes? Like, why? If you can't give each one the attention they need, why did you add them in the first place?
Well, you don't have to give the same attention to all the modes, but well, I mean, it depends on what you mean with giving them more love, right? I don't know exactly what they do with standard, right? I don't know what all the changes are they apply for standard, probably because they're also busy with making laser, but they probably also do not plan on doing any big updates on Mania either, right? We won't see anything else besides some score calculation changes, most likely. I think Synix is wrong about them not caring about Mania, because you wouldn't have had PP reworks and such, no? As I said, I don't know what standard is getting compared to Mania. You will probably find the most love that they share towards Mania in, well, towards all the modes probably in Laser, which is probably, or which is their new baby. I have not checked that one out. But also with the PP rework, it's probably not easy doing a PP rework, but it's kind of the way they are approaching it is kind of wrong. And I feel like if they would put in a bit more, I don't want to say they're stupid. Like, don't get me wrong, it is hard making a game, and it is hard doing proper calculations for a ranking system and everything. But it's kind of like the rank system is already kind of messed up, so don't, as he said before, think that by changing it you will make it that much better. Last PP rework in Mania is 3 years old, but I don't know if that's true. He's not reworking biggest mistakes. I don't know about that to be exact. I just know the last thing which happened was, I think, with the LN patch, which made LNs a bit better. But it's kind of, as I said, I don't have the comparison to standard. Standard is the main mode. It makes sense. They would care a bit more about that to me. Yeah, I mean, it's their unique selling point, right? It's what made OSU what it is now, what it is today. So it makes sense that they put more love into it. But I still think they shouldn't just drop the other modes or do not work on them a lot. I mean, how big is the dev team from OSU? They probably are like 3, 4, or 5 devs, right? They definitely can achieve something else within the other modes. Let me ask you this. If Synix hates Osumania this much, why does he still play it? That's a really good question, which unfortunately I cannot answer you, but I think that he probably doesn't even play it that much anymore, does he? There's around 4 deaths for Osu. Yep. So they definitely could split up on the other modes as well and do something there. Nevertheless, well, he probably, I don't know if he maybe plays it also for community terms, because he still thinks, or he still has, or sees the most people in a community from Osu and tries to somehow be in the VSRG community still, because well, I mean, he makes great content. Like, he's a VSRG content creator after all. Like, if you have a look at it, if you check out the videos, Osu, most of it is Osu. And the thing is with the VSRG community, you kind of have to do something on the topic of Osu in order to reach a wider or a broader audience, because you have the biggest community there. If you would do only Eterna content, well, you wouldn't gain as much attention, right? I don't want to say he only makes the content for attention. Synix, if you're seeing this, that's not what I'm trying to say. I love your content, right? You're a good guy. But that is probably a reason why he does it. Plus, also what Saito says, he doesn't play it that much, I think. I also think he doesn't play it that much compared to Eterna or Interlude. He only plays it mostly probably to check out new updates and such, which, well, there isn't a lot. Now he has so many hours and still plays regularly. Last seen 60 minutes ago. Alright, I don't know, then you have to ask him yourself. I'm too so think, because Osumania content maker doesn't equal Osumania player. Yeah, it doesn't have to be. It doesn't have to be. I mean, I'm also reacting on Roblox content, or have reacted to Roblox content without being a Roblox content creator, but let's keep going.
Them. It doesn't make any sense. Interlude and Eterna are made by little teams. In Interlude's case, it's one fucking British dude. And he still made an amazing rhythm game with one of, if not the best quality of life features I've ever seen in a rhythm game. But in Osu, to simply just change the height of your receptors, you need to do so fucking much for a small change. Like, what are the Osu developers' priorities? They don't add useful stuff like a chart preview. It doesn't make sense that this game has been out for this
2007, holy shit. But yeah, I don't think they will put out anything for the legacy client. That is not their intention, which also makes sense. Like, that I must admit, it makes absolute sense that they do not put out anything like this for the standard Osu. Or at least they don't for standard, sorry, for the legacy client. I also don't think they put out anything for Osu standard in the legacy client, right? So, yeah, I don't think you will see anything like this in the legacy client, only in laser, if even. Can't ask him because I'm restricted, so we'll never get our answer. I can ask him if you want to. The thing is, they are different games. Eterna may be better, but are different branches of the same tree. What? The thing is, they are different games. Eterna may be better. I mean, yeah, of course they are from the same tree in that sense. They are both VSRGs, but one has more feet. How do you put it? I don't want to say one is better than the other. For me personally, it is also that Eterna probably has more. Or, well, let's not compare it to Eterna, but to Interlude, because Interlude I've played a bit last time. If I could choose whether to only play Osu or Interlude on stream, I would also say, yeah, let's only play Interlude. The sole reason why I am playing Osu mainly on the stream here is because of the community interaction with you guys. Like, we couldn't do song requests if we didn't have a chat, if we didn't have so many people playing the game. I mean, most of you guys are not playing Interlude, you're here for the Osu content, right? Not only for the VSRG, but also because you know Osu, because you're playing it. And just from a pure quality and also quality of life features perspective and from pure games perspective, I would choose Interlude 100 times over Osu. If it is for the content though, if it is for interacting with the community, Osu is just way more or way better laid out, and my focus is not on, or my focus is more on having a great time on the stream, which heavily involves community engagement, which is just much better in Osu compared to other smaller rhythm games, because you just have way more people there on Osu compared to the other games. So that's the reason why I'm also playing Mania compared to Interlude or to Eterna, right? Yeah. Why here is by Osu also Roblox and Valorant? What? Oh, I don't know. It's just Google recommending it. Well, I just think of Osu Mania as like a more active game. I think that's why more people play Mania. Yeah, that's probably the sole reason. As you said, it's more beginner friendly because it's easier to set up. Whenever you start playing a rhythm game, you usually play Standard Mania and then come over to Standard Osu, and then come over to Mania because you want to check out the other game modes. That's also the case. Was the case for me. Whenever you see a crazy score on YouTube, you do not see an Eterna or Interlude or O2 Gem or 2DX or Stepmania score, I don't know. But most of the time you also see an Osumania score, because it is just, it has the biggest audience, it is the most accessible, and therefore also a point which Synix put out, the community engagement, which for me is probably one of the, if not the biggest reason why I'm playing Mania over anything else on stream, which just brings most of the people to the game. So yeah.
This long, and they still haven't added that, and so much other stuff, or just fixing the previous problems I had talked about. Every devlog video, they do a lot of bug fixing and stuff, which I understand, but there are a lot of core issues the game has that are not fixed yet. Even the standard community is starting to fucking turn on you. Or like the CSR thing, I don't know.
Watch this video explain it better than me. I had the combo scale removal rework kill Osu. Wait, they did a combo scale removal rework? Interesting. Current PP system doesn't care about your consistency. It doesn't care about your accuracy. It's just about miscount. That's an objective. Something turn and it is revealed in constant active players drop and lose of a general interest to the game. It is not a nostalgia. Damn. The standard community
I don't
is also
understand the
hurt.
priorities of this team. And I don't even understand Mania like a rock, considering they have added an overall leaderboard for every keyboard. Like, every keyboard is different from each other, they cannot be compared. And yet these guys have it in the same leaderboard. Also, who asked for double setup? Who? Nobody wanted this, and yet they added without any reasoning whatsoever. Anyways, in conclusion, the engine is complete dog shit and pushes players to mash a lot. And with pausing, it just makes it into a joke. And the map system in this game is very bad, because you always run out of maps during sessions. Because whenever you download something, you might immediately start playing it. And this makes it though that even if you have 10,000 maps, it will all...
That is also a point with like the maps which I cannot really say, because I'm not making any sessions outside of the streams, and on the streams we mostly have the community requests, so that is just a streamer benefit, I think. But yeah, I usually do not run out of maps, so I can't really relate to that one. But that's thanks to you guys, so thanks a lot to the community at this point.
All feel the same. And that's why a pack system is good. You give you like 50 maps that you probably will not play all of them, but it will feel good that you know there's something new to play every time you open the game. And then the star rating and PP system are also complete dogshit because they've only favored a few patterns. And the developers should give the other free mode at least some attention and add meaningful features instead of whatever they are adding. And that's it. Every reason as to why I think this game is disappointing. Like, it's such a big rhythm game.
Rhythm game. Geometry Dash, Dance of Fire and Ice, Archaea, Muse Dash, Osu. Wait, why is Osu so far down? Like, it should be the second game listed on here. Probably GD is. I'm not sure if GD is more popular than Osu. Probably though. Well, FNF is probably Osu more. Okay, I have no clue how they sort it, but yeah.
Yet falls behind in everything compared to projects ran by a few people. And that's it. Like and subscribe, and bye.
Alright. Definitely a banger video. Definitely gets a thumbs up. Also, guys, make sure to leave some love over on Synix channel. There you go. Definitely good video. Definitely agree with many things that he said. Geometry Dash is not a rhythm game. I'm not gonna take the opinion of that one. I'll just leave that open in the room. All right, let's see real quick for the comments. All roads leads to Eterna. Not only, but yeah. Also interlude. I play rhythm games to have fun, and Osu has like one of the biggest library of charts and music that I know of. Problem is, many charts are made to be farmable, and unfortunately what they find fun, and what I find fun is different, so I rarely get to actually have fun. Nowadays I play mobile rhythm games and arcades. But I think in mobile rhythm games and arcades you usually do not have any community made maps, which removes all the sloppy things and all the slop maps, and then you just end up with a better experience. Mania feels like an incomplete game even on Laser. Well, to be fair, Laser didn't have its full release yet, did it? I don't think so. It's still a beta there, and even though for a long time at this point, but yeah. Oh my lord, what is this? I feel the main problem of Osu is that its standard model is semi-pasted over to the other modes. The standard model does not work with Mania, and as a result creates issues. Then there's the whole note log thing, and yeah, it's pretty lenient, and it's bad, as well as the pausing. The Osu team mostly focuses on standard, probably due to the fact that it is the largest base, and as a result most of the bug reports and the complaints will be about standard because there's just such a majority. It's probably involuntary negligence, since there is just such a long queue from so many players that they are trying to satisfy. I'd say every one Mania claim there's 50 for standard, and that's why the other modes get such little recognition. At the end of the day, Osu Mania is a confusing state where I'm just not sure where it's gonna go. Yeah, I mean, duh, it absolutely makes sense that they put in much more love into standard, because they also have to feed their family somehow and make money, and they get the most money out of standard, right? So it makes sense that most of their attention goes to it, but still feels a bit weird for the other modes then. So my next is to show how much the Eterna is to go VSRG. Nice video, Frog. But yeah, all in all, definitely a good video. Really nice. Wait, why is YouTube recommending me my own live stream? That does not make sense. Anyways, really good video.